John secretly held a wedding with another woman behind his wife Haley's back. He thought he had covered his tracks perfectly, but little did he know, Haley had already figured it out and given up on him. To set her unfaithful husband free, Haley threw away every cheap gift John had ever given her. After laying out all the evidence of his betrayal on the table, she removed her SIM card, canceled her identity records, and walked away without looking back. She planned to never see John again in this lifetime, letting him live the rest of his life in regret. But John had no idea any of this. After the ceremony ended and he was heading home, he brushed past Haley on the street. In that moment, he realized he had completely lost his wife. But this was all the result of his own choices. Once upon a time, he truly loved Haley. He even gave up his status as heir to a billion-dollar empire just to be with her. He even broke ties with his father. Seeing how determined John was, his father finally agreed to let them be together. But he had one condition. John had to give the family a genetically superior child. Only then would he stop interfering in their relationship. And the woman who bore the child had to be chosen by the family. For the sake of staying with Haley, John agreed. Haley naively believed that once the child was born, everything would return to normal. But she never expected John to take it seriously. On their wedding day, John got a call from Alice. He left Haley at the ceremony to rush to Alice, who was about to give birth. When Haley arrived at the hospital, she saw them looking like a happy family. John's face was glowing with the joy of a new father. As for the promise he made to her 2 years ago, it was long forgotten. She felt like an outsider in her own marriage. When John saw her enter the room, he hurried to explain that he didn't mean to abandon her. He said he was just worried about the baby in Alice's womb. Haley didn't want to hear excuses. She only wanted to know if his promise from 2 years ago still stood. Now that the child was born, when would he take her away? But when John heard that, he hesitated. He said it's not the right time yet, because Alice had given birth to a girl who couldn't inherit the family legacy. They would have to try again for a boy before he could leave with her. Completely heartbroken, Haley shoved John away. She couldn't believe a single word from him anymore. If Alice has another girl next time, are we supposed to live like this forever? Just then, Alice rushed over and pretended to apologize to Haley. She claimed everything was her fault, and begged Haley not to blame John. As she spoke, she was about to kneel down and apologize. Haley originally wanted to stop her, but Alice seized the opportunity to frame her instead. She grabbed Haley's hand and fell to the ground, then falsely accused Haley of deliberately pushing her. Without even asking what happened, John scolded Haley harshly. Haley tried to explain, but John wouldn't even look at her. He picked up Alice and walked away without turning back. Seeing how much John cared about Alice, Haley finally understood that the story of Cinderella and Prince Charming exists only in fairy tales. If she kept holding on, she would only humiliate herself in the end. It was time to end everything. With that thought, she called the immigration office to cancel her identity records. She planned to leave for good once her visa was approved and set the two of them free. But John had no idea about any of this. The next day, he brought Alice and her daughter home to take care of them. He claimed he would send Alice back after she recovered. Haley didn't believe a word of that excuse, but she didn't bother arguing with John. She simply agreed. When he saw that Haley didn't make a scene and remained so calm, John was quite surprised. Meanwhile, Alice was already plotting how to drive Haley out. The next day, after John left for work, she revealed her true nature. She began insulting Haley relentlessly to make her give up completely.